Hey guys, you're out in the woods with Greg and Paul. My brother came for a visit, and you guys have been to this exact spot many times. And I just thought it'd be great to take Rusty out and let my brother experience the Colorado Rockies in a real car. And on the way up here, the generator light came on, and I did not take the camera out. I should have. I was just thinking to myself, I should have. And when we pulled over, and I thought, oh man, this is not good. It's gonna screw up my plans for the day. I packed some sandwiches, and we're gonna go for a little put up to Red Feather Lakes, and I wanted to show them some property that I was looking at, and I thought, man, generator lights on. Hope I didn't throw the belt, and the belt was on and still good and tight. And when you get in these emergency situations, I thought, okay, first thing I want to do, the car's still running, the red light's on hard, the generator light. So I continued up the road, turned the car around so I was facing down the canyon in the event that the car wouldn't restart. So it's something to keep in mind. Don't just go shutting things off. And I come out here and I kind of tickled where the brushes are. I usually have a cover over this, but being this is in the back of the car and a kind of a dusty environment, I've had grit get in the brush holder and just kind of freeze it. And the other time I had the little spring that keeps tension on the brush rusted away. It's just steel, and it snapped off, and the generator light came on. So those are some things that you might want to look at. And some of you I know are saying, well, I wouldn't even have a generator, I would get an alternator. And I see no advantage one way or the other. Look how much room I have around that fuel pump with the generator. It's smaller, compact. There's even a situation, if you race these cars, you can jumper. It's called polarizing the generator, which you do to make it charge properly. And this will run like an electric motor, which a alternator will not. So essentially, you could gain quite a few horsepower by disconnecting your belt, going to the drag strip and running it down your 1/8 mile, 1/4 mile, whatever it is, and you could be running off the battery and have this cooling fan going without using the power, and then cool your engine down a little bit, and if you've got a good battery or not, but you get the idea. It's just something that is possible to do with the generator. I have no intentions or plans of ever doing that type of a thing, but under the seat is where the regulator is for the generator, and I just lifted it up and did a little tap 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 on it, and the generator light went out. So I had evidently had a points were sticking on it or something, but it's something to keep in mind. And the first thing whenever you have one of these roadside emergencies, and I remember when I took this Baja up to Michigan, I had just filled up with gas and just got out of town, and the engine shut off, and it's like, oh no. And I pulled over and I emptied out the trunk, and what had happened is I had done a U-turn after I left town, and I thought, that gas station was back there. I had to top this thing off, and it's a cheap price. So I turned around pretty hard in the middle of the road, did a U-turn, and everything shifted in the trunk, and it pulled on the wire. I have an electric fuel pump under the gas tank in the front of the car, and I had a plug type connector, and it unplugged it. And so I didn't know what the problem was. It was either electrical or fuel, and the way it kind of sputtered, I had a feeling it was more fuel. So several people stopped. A couple people on motorcycles stopped. I'm telling you, it's different than a regular car. When you see a Volkswagen on the side of the road, you say, there's one of them old Volkswagens. Maybe that guy needs some help, and sure enough, people are so kind, and I figured out what the problem was and reconnected the wire and was on my way. But if you've ever seen what I take when I go on long trips, I had a pile of stuff. I had a floor jack and all these bags of tools and spare things that I usually carry on a long cross-country trip like that. So I had to get it all out onto the ground, and I think that's what people were thinking. Oh, this guy's got a serious problem. He's unloading. But it was the most important thing, though. I remember every time a situation like that has come, is to push that fear factor down. Don't get all anxious. You don't think right. Usually on these old Volkswagens, everything's mechanical and manual, and hopefully it's something simple. You need to be alert to it, but you need to not panic. I mean, like today, I'm alone, and I didn't tell anybody where I was going. We're up here in the middle of the mountains, and there's no cell phone reception in a lot of places up here. Sometimes you can get it. You get on the top of a pass or something, you can get a weak signal. But at any rate, it's just something I wanted to share, and I'm really enjoying my time getting to know my brother. We did grow up together, but he was older and had other friends, and he sure didn't want to be babysitting his little brother. And we never got to know each other very well, and our lives just went in different directions. He's a engineer and worked for General Motors up in Detroit, Michigan, towards the last 20 years or 30 years, something like that. So we just didn't have the time or money to get together, and like I said, we weren't real close. So we're making an effort to bridge that gap and spend some time together, and I'm trying to get him to retire. He's still working, but
Are you fellas looking for a horse? I'm serious.
well, I might need a tow later. It might be good information.
Oh yeah. Well, I found a horse.
You found a horse?
Yeah. And I understand that there's people up here looking for it, so I thought I would check.
Well, we just came off the road there, and how far up is it? Is it out in the road?
No, I'm over here on Rustic Road.
Oh.
But I left a note on a horse trailer up there on the seat.
Oh.
That's Dan.
That's pretty good.
And I saw you guys here, and I thought, well, at least I'll ask.
Yeah. Well, are you going down the canyon by chance?
No.
Oh, there's a guy down there in some rental truck. I tried to give him a jump start, but he had tandem batteries, and I just didn't have enough amps to get it to crank fast enough. It'd crank a little bit, and he needs a bigger truck with a little more oomph than that little Volkswagen battery. You enjoy your day, sir, and I'll keep an eye out. If I see somebody with that look on their face, I'll mention it to them. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm not even wearing a jacket. And it's, you know, what goes around comes around. I just continually meet nice people, and I try to help when I can. And I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for you guys, all my subscribers. I have the best subscribers on YouTube, and we have a lot of fun together, and I'm burning daylight. So we're gonna see if we can wander up the road a little further, and might whip out some pistols, do a little shooting, have some lunch, and just finish out the day. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I didn't want to be up here in all the slot and mag chloride. So anyhow, glad you could come along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. You're bent over. TheEZGZ out.